What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slash here.
Hello.
We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel Media
here.
Podcast.
I'm Pounds.
I'm Slash.
We're pounding slash penis. All that. We're slashing your penis.
All right. We've
Yeah, keep that. We're slicing it.
we've got an interesting episode for you guys today because Ralph, being Ralph, drew another Spider-Man movie.
Which that is crazy. I drew like I told this girl Kat, I was like, yo, I drew 2 Spider-Man. Saw Spider-Man and I draw 2 Spider-Man. Let's go. I am happy. That's great.
I like how you keep looking over there because you're used to the camera being over there. And now the camera's
I'm
over
looking
here.
like, and I should be not looking at him. I'm looking dead.
This is going to be a constant thing for the next couple weeks. For those of you watching on YouTube, we're going to be changing things around to see what works.
Right.
I honestly would like to get to the point where I never have to move the camera around because it's a lot of work taking everything and putting them everywhere. But you never know. Eventually, once we actually get everything down here, though, I want to have like a little Marvel corner set up somewhere where we can actually record in that space. And the sound's also going to be a little weird, a little echoey because of the room we're in.
Right.
It's really, really wide open, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to figure out how to soundproof it, at least to make it sound normal.
You know what's weird though? Did you see the birds like have a spasm attack? I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey, the look you gave, you was like, "Are you good?" Because they were just.
So for today's episode, we are going to talk about news. We're gonna start off with the news as usual, and then we will get into Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3.
Yes, sir. Not No Way Home. We already did that. Unless you want us to talk.
No. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about it, but also we will be tiering it up, and we're actually going to be moving something on the tier list someplace else.
Yeah, because of certain situations and whatnot.
Oh, chill out, kitten.
Oh my!
What is your deal?
No, she's literally just walking back and forth.
They're meowing.
Oh, that's the funniest shit.
So, with that being said, Ralphus.
Trying to get to the pizza.
She ain't gonna get it.
No, because the car. Hey, because I got
Ralphus
in there. Hello, yeah, the news.
Give us the news.
The news, man. Oh, this is crazy. Sam Liu, the guy who played Simu Liu, bro, he came to Twitter today and said, "Hey, everybody, please stop asking whether or not if he's in the Doctor Strange 2, because people have been asking since we saw him in the post credit of his thing, he was in the Sanctum, and they were wondering like if
she's not gonna get it, dude. You're good.
I hope not, bro. I'm watching it too.
Hold on 1 second, y'all.
I think she.
All right, sorry, it's gonna be a weird cut there.
Oh man, we haven't cut in a long ass time.
Prevent a cat from getting into a pizza box.
Pizza box. Jesus. All right.
Go ahead.
Say it again. How you say
Simu
Liu. Guy who plays Shang-Chi has went over there and basically on Twitter, because people have been, since they saw the post-credits scene of Shang-Chi, they're like, well, since he's in the Sanctum, is he going to appear in Doctor Strange? Well, he put that to rest, saying, stop asking.
Whether he is or he isn't, just stop asking, guys.
Because people
stop wanting spoilers, for the fuck's sake.
Right, they want to know if he's in there or not.
I don't care whether he's in there or not.
And he even says, honestly, I do not know how much more clear I can be. So even he's basically straight up saying, yo, chill. Because people here are being like, yo, come on, get in here. We need to see you. Because I think they supposedly thought they saw him in the trailer. Like not like a him, but like a silhouette or a glimpse of it somewhere. And I'm like, you sure that's not Wong?
Right.
But that was one of the biggest things ever. So the next thing we got, will we see Toby, Mcguire, Andrew Garfield appear in Doctor Strange 2?
No. We probably won't see them appear again until what movie? It's not even the movie Secret Wars.
Right.
If they're gonna be in anything, it'll be Secret Wars. Hey, Ralph, can you hand me that?
This is great. We're doing this. This is happening. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright. The other bit of news we also got is They said that in they said rumored that Doja Cat in The Weeknd for the sequel soundtrack of Wakanda Forever.
Please don't.
Oh, you don't want to see that Doja Cat in The Weeknd?
I don't want to see Doja Cat in anything ever. She's both not attractive or talented.
She's about four. But what about The Weeknd?
I'm not a big fan of Weeknd's music.
That's right. You said
now,
that.
he's at least talented, though. Like, I can admit he can sing.
Ooh, here's something. Bill Murray reportedly playing Kingler? Kryler? An obscure character who first appeared in 1960s Hulk comic and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, so Bill Murray might have threw out some stuff saying he's hinting. Well, we know he's in the MCU. We already put that out there. But now he's saying he's playing this character here. Cryer, which we probably will get to him. We'll run into him. And that's going to be the character that he is playing that will be in the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So. Nice. I don't know why he's in the Hulk comic and he's going to be an Ant-Man and Wasp, but cool.
Right. And the last bit of news we got. This is another fans one again. This is the last bit of news.
Fuck you, fans.
I knew that's where he's going with this. We should make a segment like, fans, fuck you. Like, that should just be the thing, because this is another one where fans have been wondering, they feel like, how come Loki and Spider-Man No Way Home should have collided, which are like, Loki somehow should have been shown at the end of No Way Home, too, like, coming out of a portal.
Because we don't even know what the fuck Loki's doing right now.
Right. And
he'll be in when he's supposed to be in.
Right.
Like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, they said the finale was not planned to concede with No Way Home. So,
and
which
again,
we knew that anyway.
Again, at the end of the day, let Marvel tell their fucking story. Be patient and just watch it all fucking happen. I swear to God, you Marvel fans are the fucking worst.
They are. I've never seen...
The worst.
And I like how we're starting this new year off with, like, just like the Spider-Man and all that. And you even got actors saying, bro, like, not chill, but I don't know. We don't, how about this? We don't know anything. We don't know about nothing. So they're up there like, we seen this, like, an arm. That's Shang-Chi's arm. He's in the movie. I'm like, I don't know. What? It's probably a blur fuzziness. Like, I don't fucking know what that is. Like, it's just... This getting kind of annoying. It's like with the Kingpin one. He's dead. Like your situation. Like, I seen it. He's gone. He's dead. And all that craziness. But then, but then you show pictures, and then you're like, hey, no, this is literally not happening. So,
all right, the whole point is to get you off the fucking counter.
And that was the last bit of news.
All right.
Wait. Did you have any news? Did you have anything you found on? None?
No, I haven't been. Dude, it's been holiday week. By the way, New Year. Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, Happy New Year's. All you guys. Apocalypse, Rock Pit, who else? All the rest of you people. And Persephone, because we only got like 3 subscribers.
Right.
I want to, for this New Year's, can we get like 100? That's all. I just want 100.
He's like, by the end of the year, I'd like 100.
Just 100. Like, that's it. Just 100. Not
it
1,000.
Could happen. It might not happen. You never know.
I know, right? We just started this bitch up in March, didn't we?
Yeah. All right. So again, we're talking about Spider-Man 3. That is today's movie that Ralph.
At least he get to draw this time.
At least I get to pick from the box this time.
He get to pick the box from this time. Yep.
All right. So there's some things. The tail of the tape, as I usually do whenever we go back and watch an older movie. All right. The movie came out May 4th, 2007. Was produced by Columbia Pictures / Sony. Mm-hmm. Runtime is 2 hours and 19 minutes. And the tomato meter, reviewers gave it a 63%. The audience gave it a 51%.
Yeah.
It was made with a budget of $258 million, and its worldwide gross ended up being $894,983,373. Mm. Top cast: Toby Mcguire playing Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Kirsten Dunst playing Mary Jane Watson. Topher Grace playing Eddie Brock / Venom. Thomas Hayden Church playing Flint Marko Sandman. James Franco playing Harry Osborn and the New Goblin. Bryce Dallas Howard playing Gwen Stacy.
Right, there was. I forgot there was a Gwen Stacy in there, wasn't it?
Yep. Rosemary Harris playing May Parker. J.K. Simmons playing J. Jonah Jameson. James Cromwell playing Captain Stacy.
Captain Stacy.
Dylan Baker playing Dr. Kurt Connors, which I'm still bummed we never got to see his version of the Lizard.
Right.
And Willem Dafoe reprising or some extra special.
Yeah, there was
little cameos.
Little cameos.
Willem Dafoe reprised his role as himself. Not as himself. As Norman Osborn.
Oh, Norman Osborn, yeah. He just loves that character to death, man.
They brought in Cliff Robertson to reprise his role as Ben Parker for some moments, and then Bruce Campbell played the maitre d' as in the Italian restaurant.
Right.
At one point. So with that being said, and it was written by Sam Raimi, Ivan Raimi, and Alvin Sargent, and then directed by Sam Raimi.
And Amy Pascal wasn't involved in none of this, was she? She didn't get involved until 2000. Okay, you have to Amazing Spider-Man.
All right.
Okay.
So instead of just going through and telling you guys what the movie is about, obviously most of you should have already seen it. Especially if you're somebody that's went and seen No Way Home, you would have at least wanted to watch the first 5 Spider-Man movies.
Damn, it is 5. Oh well, yeah.
3. Well, first 7 really.
I would say 7. Right. I was. Oh shit! Isn't it 7?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
With that being said, though, so I've actually just got some points that we're going to actually bring up and discuss and amongst ourselves.
What did you like about it?
And stuff like that. So, starting off, was this movie even necessary?
Yes and no. For me, yes and no.
And did it tell the story in any way that progressed that universe? And to both, I say no.
Right, I knew he was going to... I knew he was going to say some shit, so here we go.
And this will bleed over into some of the other things. But first off, this is definitely back at a time where before people knew how to have a superhero movie that had multiple villains.
Right.
So having 3 already off the bat was kind of a pain in the ass, even though one of them was like, it's like you had your starter villain and then your middle villain,
right,
and then the end villain.
The level boss. He's like the final boss villain. Like what's that? It was like a video game. Spider-Man 3 became a video game. That's what it became.
And I'm not real sure that they knew how to handle that. And obviously a lot of this came from studio pressures and things of that sort.
Right.
But my overall problem, as far as telling a story that progresses the universe, I feel like every movie should do that.
Right.
Prime example, if you go into the Home trilogy that we just wrapped up, the original Spider-Man trilogy for the MCU. Each one progressed Parker's story.
Right.
The first movie was all about him becoming a hero and dealing with the pressures of Tony Stark. And
because remember he wanted to impress Tony Stark since Civil War, so
right.
So
it's kind of like a growing. All 3 of them are growing. It's like a growing series for him.
Right.
You look at the second Home movie, which is Far From Home.
Right.
And it's him also learning to grow as a hero, not just as a person.
Right.
But the responsibilities of being a hero, where he is definitely fighting with wanting to have his personal life and still proceed with being a hero in his spare time, basically.
And the third one is just sacrifice.
And then the third movie is him
sacrificing,
understanding what it really is to be a hero.
Like sometimes you gotta
and the
make
dangers
tough
that you
decisions.
have to go through and things like that.
Right. And so that's pretty much what happened. So
give me.
Yep.
All right, had to go.
2 weird pauses again.
Throw a cat off the counter. So, anyways, so like it told a story.
Right.
The Amazing Spider-Man universe was trying to tell a story.
But it's still like they didn't learn from their mistake, though.
Right. So, and that was the problem with the second Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Is
they did? It's like
too many villains.
It's like too many villains again. Too many. You start off with the Rhino, damn it.
Right.
So yeah, really 4 villains in this movie.
So
3.
I feel like and I feel like a lot of that is pressure they put on themselves to try and get as many of Spider-Man's villains into all the movies that they can.
And it was unnecessary, like if they
because they're worried. Like obviously, it seems like nobody's really able to stick around as Spider-Man for more than 3 movies, and where that poses a problem is there's so many stories to tell in Spider-Man's life
Mm.
And it's like they want to include all these amazing villains. Because let's be real, Spider-Man, aside from maybe Batman, has the best overall rogues gallery in terms of diverse, expansive, amazing villains.
Right. Because you don't know about Captain America except for Red Skull, or you don't know about Iron Man except for Iron Man. Spider-Man was the only one that actually
Well, Iron Man had Mandarin.
Well, Mandarin, but Iron Man had Spider-Man had all from...
But Spider-Man has a ridiculous amount. And you can't fit them all in 3 movies, and I think that's...
Right.
And that's, again, another reason I was so excited to see Tom Holland brought in as Spider-Man, as young as he is. Because I was like, even if he plays this role until he's 30 to 40...
Yeah.
That can easily be at least 8, 9 movies.
Right. 8 or 9 movies.
And... all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, I did 3 Spider-Man movies, made a few cameos. I might not want to do this much longer.
Yep, because remember, we talked on the podcast.
If you don't want to be, like, I'm tired of these people that come in, they want to play heroes, but they only want to play them for a couple of movies, collect the Disney paycheck, and then fucking bounce.
Remember, after Age of Ultron, let's go off topic here, too. Like, you remember after Age of Ultron, all of them wanted to bounce.
Yeah.
They all wanted to bounce. Nobody wanted to come back for any of this shit after that. Remember, Chris?
Like,
right.
And that's one of the reasons I love some of the other people that are in these roles. You look at Ryan Reynolds wants to be Deadpool.
Right.
It's not that he feels he has to be.
No,
he's just being paid to be. He wanted it so bad he leaked test footage of a movie he'd wanted to do.
Right.
In order to get people on board and be like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, he was taking money out of his own paycheck to feed the camera people and everybody because at that time it's funny how Fox operates.
Fox was going downhill then.
Yeah, Fox was operating retarded like Sony
And it's just one of those things where it's like, if you don't want to be the hero for 20, 30 years, don't be the hero for 3.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
You shouldn't have been picked in the first place. And I like Tom Holland, but you shouldn't have been picked.
And that's one of the reasons I love Andrew Garfield so much.
Because he still
wants to be Spider-Man. He is a Spider-Man fan. He didn't go into it. It wasn't like he went into casting and was like, maybe I'll get this role because it's a Spider-Man movie and I can make more money. Right. No, he wanted to be Peter Parker.
Well, remember that one time he went at Comic-Con, he took his mask off. He said it was an honor playing this character.
That's honestly one of my actual problems with what's his face?
Tom Holland?
No.
Toby
Mcguire.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was gaining weight and everything.
But it's one of the reasons I have a problem with him, and it's one of the reasons I have a problem with Michael Keaton as Batman. Regardless of how good they were as the characters, they don't know the characters. They're not fans of the characters.
They were just doing a role.
And don't get me wrong, Michael Keaton did well as Batman. That's not my complaint at all.
It was worth. But he was just.
But the moment I learned that he doesn't even know who Batman is, he just took the role.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? He said that in an interview.
He said he never read any comics, didn't watch the shows, none of that shit. Then why are you Batman? Why would you try out for this role?
Why would you try out for the role if you knew it?
And it's like
John Berthel. Like, he read comics. He went to a store and they said, "Hey, try to read these comics in order for you to play the Punisher." And he studied it, bred it, mastered it. He actually wants to be the Punisher.
Right.
You're right. He does. Right.
And I want people that want the roles in the roles as opposed to people who just maybe fit the part.
Right.
Because people that want to be there, people that want to be in those roles, they're more likely to be around for a longer time than people that are just there for 3 movies to collect a check and then fucking bounce.
So you think... So now that he made all this money, so you think Tom Holland might be trying... I mean, well,
here's the thing.
Okay.
We at least know he's signed on for another 3 movies.
Right. Because okay.
So, I mean, that's cool. Right? But he already said that if he's outside of this next deal, pretty much...
he's going to walk away.
It's like, if he's still playing this character after this deal, he's done something wrong. No, dude. You played a role that was great.
Right. That's the thing. People are thinking that they've done something wrong with their character. That is so crazy.
Well, wrong with their life.
Wrong with their life. It's like Thor. There it is. Prime example. Chris Hemsworth. He wants to do this shit to you
now
guys
he does.
Are bored.
At one point, he wanted to bounce.
Well, yeah, Age of Ultron. I'll tell you, majority of them. But now he's like...
But a lot of that was because he didn't like the direction the character was going. He realized the fans weren't enjoying his parts in his movies.
Right.
But now that they've kind of made him this fun, goofy...
I'm
against.
Right, which you're against.
But that's what people want.
But I'm just saying he's a perfect example of somebody that
to
actually wants to do this.
He's like, I'll be there as long as they need me.
Right.
Benedict Cumberbatch said, I'll be there as long as the character stays interesting.
Right?
I'm sorry, Doctor Strange is somebody that could be interesting for a long time.
I caught that. I read an interview about that. I didn't know that exists. I didn't know he actually wanted to stay Doctor Strange until that happens. But that's what we're talking about. Like, those are roles that's on play. And then with Toby Mcguire, I feel like, even with Spider-Man 3, go back to it, I feel like
he didn't want to be there.
That's one of my biggest gripes. Like,
that was my gripe with No Way Home. Is some of his acting felt like he just didn't really want to be there. Like, he was there to collect the money and understood the importance of what they were trying to do, so he wasn't going to just be like, fuck you guys. I don't feel like he really wanted to be there.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm glad he did, because it made the movie even better.
And now it sounds like now we're hearing stories.
And I'm honestly to the point where I'm like, you know what? Cool, you guys got Tom Holland for another 3 movies. He could be the MCU Spider-Man. Let Andrew Garfield fight against Venom.
Right, let him fight against
He wants to do it. Let him do it. Right. You're going to get way more out of him.
Man, I wouldn't mind seeing that one.
And to be honest, after what they did with Andrew Garfield's character in No Way Home, I'm ready to see him come back. Because he showed... The one thing he did that neither of the other two I felt have done really well is showed a range of emotion for the Peter Parker character. Do not get me wrong. Tom Holland being all upset about Aunt May dying and stuff, I mean, it was cool. But just the range of emotion that he showed in No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah.
Like...
Oh, when he caught MJ,
like
he felt that.
Catching MJ and realizing he had made up for what he had failed for someone. Like, dude, nailed it out the fucking park.
Right.
Now, we're diverging way too much.
Sorry. It's just one of the things like...
But
I hate this movie, but dislike it.
Going back to where I was saying, I don't feel like this movie was progressing the story. If anything, it regressed the story.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you spent the first movie, and it ends with him saying no to Mary Jane. He's like, I need to keep you safe. I need to go do my own thing. And then the second movie, she finally comes back at the end and says, look, that's my choice to make.
Right, because he didn't know Spider-Man's identity to the second one. Because I don't think she knew his identity in the first one. It was the second one she knew.
She had suspicions in the first one.
She had suspicions, but this one confirmed.
But in the second one,
she knew because of the whole situation.
But at the very end of the movie, she comes back to Parker's apartment, and she's like, look, let me make that decision. If I want to be with you and understand that the risks I'm going to be in are there, let me make that decision. Right? And it actually had a feel-good ending. You're like, cool. It ends on a note. It was already a good movie to begin with because of everything with Doc Ock and everything that happened. But then it ends, like I said, it ends with a feel-good moment. Like, yes. And then he even, when he hears the police siren, she even says, go get him, Tiger.
Right.
And then in this movie, it reverts back to where she's like more about herself than the relationship and is kind of pulling away from him, which makes him mad.
Right.
And then he gets the symbiote outfit, which enhances that anger, and the cockiness comes out, and shit just gets stupid.
Only thing I would say though is there was a scene, I guess was it in 3 where they were sitting on the web, and then they said, well, because they were talking.
It was right at the very beginning.
And basically, to me, what I see from the movie, it's just the end. This was the end of everything. I hear what you're saying. Spider-Man 2 was the end that should have just ended it. But this was the end of, like, what I wanted from them was, like, because she was talking about, I want us to dance and da-da-da-da-da. And then at the end, this is what you got. Not the dance like this. Hey, girl. No, fuck that. We're talking about she's singing. He goes out to that bar, and they dance. Because that was the end.
We suspect they danced.
Right, we suspect they danced.
She grabbed his hand and then moved cut off.
Moved on. But that was, for me, the end of this Spider-Man. That's what I got from it.
Well, here's the thing, though. It was never meant to be.
Right.
They were going to do another movie.
Right. Well, that's before all this other bullshit popped up. But at first, what I saw was literally the end of him. I was like, okay, that's it then. That's it. So, you got the girl. You did everything. You saved the world. You made peace with the killer of your fucking uncle for the 5th time in the fucking row.
We'll get to that here in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I'm saying he made everything was at ends.
All right.
But yeah, keep on. So that's what I got from it.
I just feel it didn't do anything to push the story forward. Spider-Man's story forward. Well, it kind of like felt like 1 pushed it,
right.
2 kind of pushed it further, and then 3 it kind of stuttered and was like, "What the fuck do I do?"
Because it was, as I said, it's the end of the story.
Here's the thing.
That's it.
We're 3 villains.
Right.
The three villains being New Goblin, Sandman, and Venom. Too many.
Yeah, that was bad.
How did No Way Home get it right where Spidey didn't? Spidey 3 didn't. And actually, I think this is extremely. This is a much easier question to answer than when I first wrote this down.
Right.
Here's how No Way Home got it. All of these villains were already in other movies.
Right.
So they already had their backgrounds developed.
We already know them.
We knew about them.
Right.
And then No Way Home brought them all together.
Right. You fix, yeah.
And this is where I feel Sony has fucked up completely with every Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Is instead of giving each character maybe their own movie and then coming out with a Sinister Six movie. Amazing Spider-Man, I'm looking at you.
Spider-Man 3.
Instead, you're going to give us a post-credit scene that shows all of the Sinister Six's equipment.
Right.
And then be like, oh, this is coming. No, because nobody knows anything about those characters. Well, I mean, us comic readers do, or us fans do.
Because you're trying to teach a new audience.
But you're also trying to teach a new audience about these characters.
And they're not going to, what the fuck these are? Like, who are the Claws? That's
you can maybe get away with even having like 2 villains per movie. Say you want to do 2 villains per movie, and like your first movie you want it to be like Doc Ock and Vulture. Right. Second movie you might want it to be Chameleon and Mysterio.
Because they showed it in the credits, they showed it's on again where they showed the Mysterio's eye, but a lot of people look like, what the hell is that? Nobody gonna know who the hell Mysterio is, people.
Right?
Like what?
You got to introduce people to these characters before you just throw them all together.
Right? That was.
Or you end up with the Justice League effect.
I was gonna say Batman v Superman. With that, they're on files.
Right.
They're on well, I would say Justice League effect too. I tried. That's Joss Whedon. I
just throw a bunch of characters together, and everyone's like, "Who the fuck are these people? Who the fuck even cares?"
Save Martha. Sorry, we're getting off. Save Martha.
But I feel like that's where No Way Home did get it right. Is since we were already at least familiar enough with all these other movies, all these other characters from all these other movies, with Sandman, Doc Ock,
and in fact, the Spider-Man went to help people too. So that was kind of like, that's
Lizard,
good too. Right.
And then whoever the 5th one,
Goblin.
Like, we were well aware of these characters. Why do you think Spider-Man 1 and 2 worked so well?
Because we were aware.
It was one villain a movie.
One villain a movie.
And he was focused on him.
Right.
Goblin.
That's why Amazing Spider-Man somewhat semi kind of worked. You focused with Lizard.
The first Amazing Spider-Man was better than the second one.
Right.
Because you focused on the Lizard. And then the second movie... It started off actually pretty decent because it was like you were focusing on Electro, and then
you deviate to
and throw in,
and I was like, why?
Not Gwen. It wasn't even Gwen. Gwen needed to die. Well, that's a part of her character,
right? But it could have happened in Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Nah, 2 is fine.
Well, yeah, that is bad.
But they should have never done it with New Goblin or whatever fucking weird Goblin version that fucking
man. He's a scaly. He's a furry, but a scaly.
No. Him having that disease makes sense. They're pulling from the Ultimate Universe.
Right, to the Ultimate Universe.
Which is what Goblin was. It was a disease.
Right.
But the problem is, he looks dumb. And, yeah.
Anyway, we're dodging for the negatives because the positives...
the positives is the last thing we're going to go over.
Right.
All right. The next thing. Where did this movie fail?
Well, not everywhere. Because it was telling a story, I promise you. It told a story about revenge. All of them have revenge. Every last one of them.
Here's where all the points I think they failed. Okay. First off, Avi Arad, who even came out and admitted to it later, forced Sam Raimi into adding Venom.
Yeah. First
off, Sam Raimi didn't want to do Venom.
He didn't want to do
He didn't even know who Venom was.
Which that's a fucking terrible situation,
Which again, Sir Director. Why are you directing movies?
Why are you directing a movie you didn't know? That's
a problem I have.
Weird. You're like doing
at least read the comics.
Right.
That might help.
Who's Venom? Oh no, we're really in trouble now. He don't know who Venom is.
But yeah, so Avi Arad admitted it was about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Yep.
Or maybe it was even a few months ago. It was sometime within the last couple years.
But he said that
he came out even a minute and said that they had forced him. The studio had forced him being part of it. Forced Sam Raimi into adding him, which again didn't need that third villain. Honestly, I probably would have loved Spider-Man 3 without the Venom storyline tagged on.
Right.
Because
it's like you would like Rise of Electro without the Green Goblin.
Telling the story of New Goblin and Sandman together would have worked fine. I'm really gonna fuck you up. Get off the counter. Off the counter. Anyways, you guys might see me chuck this here in a minute.
He's making me laugh because we're trying to see where the cat is going.
Now, another problem I had was casting Topher Grace as Venom. / Eddie Brock. First off, Eddie Brock's a jock.
A big, tall, muscular jock.
Right.
He's like an average height.
And this Eddie Brock was kind of a bitch. Eddie Brock's not a bitch.
Yeah, he was letting Spider-Man
like,
just
even,
run over him, or Peter Parker run over him.
If you even remember that part where Spider-Man comes in, he's got the black suit, he's being a dick, and he goes out to prove that Eddie Brock had faked those photos.
Oh man, that scene was interesting.
And then he's like, no, the idea of it's interesting,
right?
But to then all of a sudden have Eddie be like, no, please don't.
Right? He said, if
please
you do this,
like he turned into a bitch.
He said, if you do this, this will ruin me. And then Peter Parker became like a savage. He said, you should be taking them photos. I said, damn, respect 100, Grand Theft Auto. He just said, yo,
right,
and he ended his shit right there.
Topher Grace just did not fit that role. And again, I've said this before, and I'll say this again. If they would have never used Topher Grace in that movie, and they would have waited and brought in Topher Grace for Carnage in this last movie, I think Topher would have been an amazing Cletus Cassidy. He's
Topher
got
Grace?
the crazy
look. Is he like 38?
Yeah, you're smart.
Is Topher Grace like 38?
I don't know.
Because he could have. He could have done that. If he got Woody Harrelson, you could have just cut Woody Harrelson out of the fucking movie. You could have got...
Yeah, because I wasn't a big fan of Woody Harrelson being Cletus. I don't think he...
I like Woody Harrelson, but not as Cletus, though.
Yeah, I like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Good
just not in that specific role.
No. Especially with how Carnage is, especially what she should have been in the comics at that point. Anyway, yeah. But...
So that was another issue. And then the last issue I think that really fucked this movie over was forcing Sandman into the Uncle Ben death plot.
Well, yeah.
Because Sandman was never a part of Uncle Ben's death in the comics.
No, it was just a random killer.
So now all of a sudden you're going to bring this dude in.
Right.
And try and tie it in a way that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. As I said, like, we saw like 5 times this Uncle Ben's death.
You could try and retcon it in the end all you want and be like, oh yeah, he was the one that pulled the trigger, but he didn't mean to pull the trigger.
Right, he was the getaway.
And get the fuck out of here.
The other guy already ran, and then somehow the trigger pulled, and he's like, I don't even know what I did. I'm like, oh, we're doing this. Okay.
Shit is dumb.
It was kind of dumb because that was probably big. Because I was like, wait, I thought we were done with the killer of Uncle Ben. And he's like, no, this is the guy that killed your Uncle Ben. I'm like, this is like the 6th person, people. We got to get it right. We're doing guess who right now. Like, please let this be the real killer, please. It was just too much going on. Too much going on, man.
And then here is my last problem with the movie. Going back to Mary Jane. They did everything in their power to almost really make you dislike her.
To be fair, I dislike your sister one, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, Mary Jane is the best character ever. Maybe not.
No, I'm Mary Jane, but not Kristen Dunst is Mary Jane.
No, Kirsten Dunst did fine. She actually played the role as comic accurate as you can get.
Yeah. Man, I don't
Until
know what's
3.
that problem with marriage.
Until 3.
Me and him always had this gripe because I said, hey, she said, what? We talked about how Spider played people's hearts. I said, it don't matter. He is a superhero. Fuck that shit. We don't got time. Mary Jane.
Yeah, me and Ralph are completely different on Spider-Man.
And Damien, too. He's completely different with it, too. We both had the same ideology on it.
Not really.
Yeah, no, remember, because Damien even said, like, hey, you're a superhero. She has to get with the program.
To an extent.
Right.
Not to the extent you're taking it. You're almost like, look, you bow to me. And
I didn't say bow to me. I'm just saying, I am Spider-Man. I got to do this shit. I can't be, either you love me or not.
Right.
Right, you trying to make it seem...
No. You take it far further,
You trying to think I'm Conan the Barbarian out this bitch when it comes to it. Like, fuck that shit.
Y'all should hear his conversation in the office. That's exactly how he
whatever. Because, like, one minute she's like, I don't want this, and then I want you. I'm like, you are confusing this man.
But no. As far as this movie's concerned, like, they spend the first entire 2 movies showing damn well 100% she's behind Peter. She wants to be with Peter. She loves Peter. And they did such a great job with that. And then to get to this one, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, my boyfriend's having success, and my successes aren't really reaching where they're at.
Because she wanted to be a theater person.
And
she got replaced.
I feel like I should take precedence in everything and not be happy for my... Like, to be honest, Mary Jane would have never been like that in the comics. In the comics,
no, Mary Jane would have been still devoted.
She'd have been like, you're doing a great job, hun.
Right. If anything, who wrote this for Kristen Dunst? If you want to be blunt, like...
Right. She'd have been like,
still devoted.
I love you. Whenever we get a chance to talk, there's some things that I'm not happy about. It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
But I would love to have a conversation.
Nothing to do with you.
But no, they played this like, oh, you don't give a damn about me.
Right.
All you're
That's
worried
it.
about is going around and web slinging and saving people, and I can't even get my career off the ground
Yo.
because I suck at singing out loud.
Yo, did you see?
Get the fuck out of here!
Did you see that scene that she got finessed? They were clapping him, and then they clapped Spider-Man kicked down. He was like, me? He's like, nah, bitch, it was for him. Oh, and I think, okay, he is wrong for this one, though. He did the kiss scene with Gwen Stacy.
He should have never kissed Gwen Stacy.
He kissed Gwen Stacy. Oh, Lord.
That was actually the only moment in the entire thing that I was
pissed.
like, she has every reason to be pissed, because I would have been pissed.
I was pissed off. That was the only time. It's like, why? Because that was that's the kiss, and you're like, hey, he's like this. He's so, it's the cringe shit that wasted the movie. There's so much cringe, man.
Now, as far as successes for a movie, I did write down with the question, where did this movie actually succeed?
Oh, okay.
My first point being, Thomas Hayden Church killed it as Sandman.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have gotten a better Flint Marko.
No, that was right. Yeah.
He nailed it.
That's why they brought it back for No Way Home.
Fucking nailed it.
Hello.
To be honest, the final fight scene actually was not that bad overall.
Nope.
But when it was Spidey and Goblin versus Venom and Sandman.
Sandman, right.
And
I like his motive. He just wants to get back to his daughter.
One more failure, but
shit.
this has been for the entire fucking series. I still don't like James Franco. I've never liked him as Harry. I never will.
I like James Franco. He's a good actor, but just not for. Yeah, he like with Kristen Dunst.
I don't like him as a person or an actor. He's a cunt. Who's not near as funny as he thinks he is.
He's okay. It's just like we said with Kristen Dunst. That is probably, for me, I know you may think other people, but for me, that is the most that's the most accurate Harry Osborn that I've seen from
No.
the animated series.
I will 100% back you in that out of the two Harry Osborns we've seen, he is definitely better.
Not Dan DeHaan.
He's
Dan
definitely
DeHaan
better than whatever the fuck that was
Dan
in Amazing
DeHaan.
Spider-Man.
He shouldn't even have.
Although, to be honest, he was actually pretty accurate for the comic character in the.
But he's supposed to be portraying the ultimate.
Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, he's supposed to be portraying ultimate.
Not exactly. No, he wasn't, because the Ultimate Universe Harry was an athlete.
Right, he was a business. If anything, the Harry in this one portrayed it because was an athlete or he did play sports or something? Oh, I thought he played sports.
I don't remember.
But this one in the Amazing Spider, he was like a business.
No, written wise, the character's written to fit the traditional sense of what Harry is.
Right.
I just don't like James Franco. Anyways, going back to where it succeeded. But yeah, so the ending fight scene was actually pretty cool.
Yes.
They actually did pretty well.
I thought Spider-Man was going to die in this.
Mary Jane actually having her life in danger worked out
Dang
well.
On a fucking taxi.
And Spidey almost actually legit dying until Goblin came in to save him.
Because he was just hitting him. I was like, oh, he's gone.
I'm also not a fan of... It makes sense when Sandman is a story and a half tall.
Right, it makes sense.
But when he's just a little bit bigger and he's inside of the back of the truck when the cops were chasing him...
But all of a sudden, he's talking with this deep voice.
Like, dude, you're not that much bigger. Stop it.
Try to make it like he's a big Brody out here. I got you now. What, you Batman?
Like, it
Batman
makes
in
sense.
the sand.
It makes sense when you're 16 stories high.
Right, but your
voice is going to be deeper.
And I think that's what the MCU did kind of correct a little bit there, because you see when he was normal, he didn't have that voice. He kept it his normal voice because we're this size now. Now when you expand as fuck, well, remember, and you heard it when he expanded. I don't care. Like, that is an echo. That's what you're supposed to sound like when you're being nothing but a big ass face. Like, yes, but that's where it's succeeded for me is, like I told you before, all about revenge. Everybody had revenge in their situation, and all of them. Like, except at the end, Venom, Topher Grace was the only character that let the revenge continue because he separated him. Yeah, he's still. I need the suit. I'm like, bro, you're about to die, bro. Like, bro. But he was already gone. He was gone. His character, he got girlfriend, job, gone. Peter Parker, so he was just.
And the last point where I felt the movie truly did succeed was at least Peter ended with the thought that him and MJ could work it out. That's why he went back. Now, I do have my complaints with that as well, because they really just kind of leave you hanging, like he holds his hand out, she grabs it, and then it's over.
Right.
You don't know if they're actually going to work out their relationship. Do they decide to just be friends for a little bit?
Well, we actually heard No Way Home. He said we're working on it.
We would have known. We would have known
Okay.
what would have happened had somebody went ahead and did the fourth movie like they were fucking supposed to.
Instead of trying to be fat and say my back.
Um,
I'm getting too big. My back hurt.
But that is the one thing I will say that is good about No Way Home is that at least kind of tells an extended portion of that story.
Right, because they talked about it in the school that he said we're still working on it. I said, well, there you go,
right,
guys. Yeah, they're still working on it.
At least they're working on it,
right?
But at least they had that kind of ending where it at least leads you to believe, hey, you know what? If there's another movie, maybe we'll actually see things get better.
Which.
It's like every time she almost dies and he saves her, and it's like she gets over her stupid shit. But
they can go back to the universe. They're going to Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales in their universe. Like, we failed. Like, I know. I'm Spider-Man now.
And something that we left out where the movie failed. Mr. Mcguire, if I ever see you dance like that again in public,
you don't like there's the cringiness.
In public, kick you in the nuts. That shit is unnecessary.
A with the snap with A like Fonz from Happy Days.
It's supposed to make you more aggressive, not like
whatever that
not
was.
Emo suave.
Right, he was, and the girls are like, "Ooh, what the fuck?"
Went from looking like Peter Parker to fucking Harry from Amazing Spider-Man in just a matter of fucking minutes. Pre-diseased Harry.
Yo, cause he looked like an emo child at the midway through the movie. He had like the hair thing. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? It's Spider-Man 3 all over again.
All right, so that leads us to this, Ralph. What do you rank the movie? What do you give it as an overall rating?
I give it a 7. I give it a 7 because I like the revenge situation. Just too many plot points and just too much. The story should have just, like I said, stayed one villain. It should have just stayed with Sandman.
So adorable. Ralph's incapable of shitting on his favorite superhero.
Listen here, you little hoe. I know you're going to give it 4 out of 10 out here. I know it is, bitch. You think I don't know what you're going to... You told me this at work one time.
Actually, I give it a 5.
I know you were. You said it wasn't going to be that high, homie.
It is every bit of a C.
Oh, yeah. But it's still better than Let There Be Carnage, though. And that's the saddest...
I think we actually put Let There Be Carnage as a C.
We did? Oh, no, we put it at a B.
It was at a B.
It was at a B. Should have been a D. Since the post-credit scenes didn't do anything, brought that bitch to a D, man. That irritated me. I was so mad. I was so mad. I didn't tell the story. The story was cool. Just that part. I can't believe that part actually pissed me off. Damn. That's crazy.
All right, so you gave it a 7.
Uh-huh. What'd you give it?
So I gave it a 5. That equals 12 divided by 2. It's a 6. So we average out to a 6.
Well, yeah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, window capture. We pull up our... no, that ain't even the one I wanted. My bad. Let's go to this one.
Oh, damn. What'd you pull, the TV one?
I pulled up our other one. Here we are with the list. Now, it is a 6, which means it will go into B category. Now, we say that to say this. We're actually going to drop Venom Let There Be Carnage down to a C.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. I feel, compared to everything else that's come out, with the post-credit scenes...
I mean...
really kind of re-shit on itself for No Way Home. And
that's fucked up. I don't get it.
So Venom Let There Be Carnage is being dropped down to a C.
Unfortunately.
To replace it at B,
yeah,
is Spider-Man 3.
If anything, it replaces it. So there you go. It's a swap. But we was gonna drop that bitch down regardless. So even if it went to a C, D, F, I didn't give a fuck, bro. Because let me tell you something, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you. I gotta start have some jolly runs. Let me tell you something, young blood. This was terrible. They had that post credit scene. Ryan, all of them. Everybody's like, yo, Venom is Sinister Six. They see, that bitch is not Sinister Six. They see, he in there drinking, zaps out.
If anything, Marvel was sinister and only put him in for 6 seconds.
For 6, the shit. I didn't talk to Spider-Man. Wait, where are we going? Oh no! I'm like, no, they did not do this.
Played with our emotion.
Right, a bait and switch. Fucking Masters of the Universe piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
so it comes in. Spider-Man 3 comes in at a B.
Yeah.
So far we've only got 2 S movies, which are Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man.
Which is funny. They're both Spider-Man movies.
No Way Home. At an A, we've got Shang-Chi, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and the Eternals.
Right.
At a B, we got Black Widow and Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
At a C, we got The Simpsons Special. And then Venom Let There Be Carnage.
That's so sad. If anything, that should drop Venom into a D. You let a 6-second video beat a 6-second post. Let me stop.
Incredible Hulk Returns got a D, and then Punisher Warzone still holding the ground.
Can we replace that with that? I think Incredible Returns should be replaced.
No. Venom Let There Carnage was definitely better than
I know it was better.
But at least Incredible Hulk Returns did have one thing that Venom did not do, and that was a couple of funny moments.
Right, from Thor. I mean, Hulk was cool, but Thor. I'm a man. Particular man. I don't like your face as I'm drinking this big ass pint of beer. Bitch, what you want? Half dressed and everything. He's like,
we're shaping up, though. We're shaping up. We've only got like a billion more movies to go.
Yeah, no, wait, what, bitch? Like, we ain't even done, homie. What?
We could potentially make it through a lot of this list before the next Disney Plus series comes
out. Yeah. We keep pulling shit out, yeah.
All right, so... Oh, hold on.
Wait, I was going to say...
Hold on.
Shaking it, just for you.
Why am I... Hold on. Don't do anything crazy yet.
Oh, no, I got you. I'm
gonna go back to our other screen because I gotta Google something real quick.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just doing what you did to me. Just moving and screwing around.
Morbius doesn't even come out till the end of the year, or end of the month, January 28th. I couldn't remember when Morbius was supposed to drop.
You gonna pull Captain America 1939 out this?
Do I even have Morbius on our list here?
Oh yeah, because that comes out January
28th.
28th. Shit.
I won't even be in town when that comes out.
Neither. You know, I don't give a shit about that movie.
I don't know if I put Morbius's thing on here. I think Morbius was one that I was like, you know what? When it comes out, I'll make one. Yeah, it's not on here yet. I have to do that. All right. So I get to draw from the box, ladies and gentlemen. This lovely, sexy box here.
All right, friend.
Look in there, flip things around a little bit here.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if you want to be honest, I hope we get one of the TV shows.
I was gonna say it. I would like for you to get in the news. I still keep banging on the fact because you've never seen it. That's the one I'd like you to get. That's the last thing Fox ever owned before we went to Marvel. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hold in my hand.
Ladies, it's 2014. I saw 2014. It was in 2014?
2009 to 2011.
It's not X-Men Origins.
It's from 2009 to 2011. It's a TV show. I got what I wanted. I did not get the show I wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear a shit on a kid's show for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
It's not Spectacular Spider-Man.
No, a kid's show.
Yeah, that was a kid's show.
I pulled the Superhero Squad show.
Superhero Squad. Superhero Squad. Superhero Squad.
So Ralph liked it.
No, I hate it. I like the theme song. The theme song was catchy. Hey, the theme song's catchy as fuck. Tom Kennedy was Iron Man.
How many episodes is this?
SpongeBob was Iron Man.
Dude, fucking show.
Can you imagine SpongeBob?
God damn it.
And it lasted 2 seasons. That's crazy. It seems to me, bro, I can't get over SpongeBob's voice playing Tony Stark.
The Superhero Squad show.
That's what? 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. Yep.
They're 30 minutes apiece, I'm sure.
Yep, 30 minutes. Oh my God, you pulled fucking...
How many episodes were in season 1? 26 fucking episodes, bro. 26.
Yeah. Oh no. All right, take mine. Mine was better. Wait, hold on.
Dude, we're going to be doing this for the next 7 weeks.
7 weeks. What I would have get?
Now we're shortening this.
We're going to do what, 8 episodes?
We're going to try and finish this in 4 weeks.
Right, because we're going to go right some Morbius then.
So for the first couple weeks, it'll be 7 episodes apiece. Mm-hmm. And then the last couple weeks, it'll be 6 episodes. Bruh, fuck me running. All right, so I pull things that are worse than what Ralph pulls. That's fantastic. I mean, the good news is we're at least going to be...
Oh, we would have got Ultimate Spider-Man if I pulled that one. Yeah. Another Spider-Man. I keep pulling Spider-Man shit.
He's got sticky
What the fuck, man?
So yeah, Superhero Squad show. We get to shit on a kid's show.
Yeah, that I didn't like that show, actually. That's probably the worst one. That's the worst one. That's actually the worst one. It used to be on Cartoon Network. Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
It'll be the first show that I haven't bought the season we're watching.
Yeah.
I'm not buying this.
Yeah, I don't care about that show. Actually, I don't care.
I don't even know who developed this show.
It was,
I don't care.
Yeah.
I am ready to shit on it.
All I know is SpongeBob was...
At least Wolverine's in it, though.
Yeah, but he's the guy you may not like. His voice. It might be the dude from X-Men Evolution.
I hope not.
Yeah. It's... Yeah. Lisa. Yeah. Good luck, bro. I'm gonna skip through this shit so bad because I don't even care, bro. I don't even like it, bro.
It's got a lot of people. Steve Blum.
Yeah, Steve Blum, the guy who played Tom in Toonami and other characters. And
Yeah, he's not the same guy that does the voice for
yeah, Wolverine. No, yeah,
Wolverine and X-Men Evolution.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Stan Lee plays the mayor. That's
Yep.
fine.
Tom Kenny plays Iron Man.
Dracula's in one of the episodes too.
Yep.
What? All right, I'm gonna give it a chance. It looks like they got actually quite a few fucking characters.
Yeah, no, it's like a superhero squad. It's got Captain Marvel in there, I believe. Iron Man, the Hulk, She-Hulk. Yeah.
And I mean that's something that's cool too. During the first season of the opening sequence of the show, there's a running sight gag similar to The Simpsons or Fairly Odd Parents, where the Hulk picks up an infinity fractal and is transformed by its power into something different every episode.
Yep.
A Disco Hulk parodying John Travolta.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk that one. Okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah, there's some. I'm not
I don't know.
saying,
We'll see.
It's not a whole thing you're gonna shit on the most, but it's something.
We'll see.
It's a something.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's in there too.
Yeah, everybody's is. It looks like it has a lot of
Yeah,
fucking
no,
people.
it's a lot of people. Yeah.
Who voices Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Sabu.
That theme song is ever since you pulled that theme song is not leaving my head. Super.
Jim Cummings voices Thanos and Super Skrull. I don't know. I haven't seen Spider-Man's name anywhere.
Oh, that's hold on.
Maybe Spider-Man's not in.
Superhero Squad. Hold up. I thought I saw his name in there. At least, he might appear in season 2. Hold up. Oh crap.
It's a child-friendly version of the Avengers.
Yep.
Similar to the Super Friends. Spider-Man is not a part of the series because the television rights were held by Sony Pictures.
Oh, that's right. Damn. Yep. At that time, remember they were doing Amazing Spider-Man at the time when that was coming out. So yeah, you're right. Right.
Thank God I have Disney Plus. All right, so next week we're going to be covering a lot of the Superhero Squad show. We're going to try and knock this son bitch out.
Oh boy. Well, how about this on Rotten Tomatoes? They gave it a 40%.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, this is. I mean, who knows? Maybe it has some good shit.
It's going to be a show for kids, and that's going to be my. Here's the thing, though. If it's a show for kids, there are some things I'll be able to excuse.
Okay.
Kind of the cheesiness of it.
Right, good.
Because you got to look at it through like, okay, this is made for people that are like, 9, 8.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. It's probably definitely going to be super cheesy though.
Oh,
all right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. Thanks to everybody that stopped by. Again, next week we'll be covering the Superhero Squad show, and then I think that's it.
That's it.
News.
Oh shit.
There'll be news. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. We will see you beautiful people next week. Excelsior!
Excelsior. Oh, Excelsior.
And don't forget the comic podcast later this week. Bye!
Yeah.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow our social media.
Share us.
Share us.
Sharing is caring.
Everywhere. We love y'all.